Hello. Hi, guys. Good morning. I wanted to come up here and share something really quick. Please excuse me if I get emotional sharing this, but the Lord pressed it upon my heart to share it, so I'm going to do so. So maybe a couple of months ago, November to be exact, the Lord instructed me to do a 40-day fast. And so I did the fast, and it was super hard. It was from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I couldn't eat any solid food, only liquids. And during that time, the Lord really did a work in me. And it wasn't a lot of materialistic things or big blessings in the outside, but the inside, He was doing some things in me. And He instructed me to have certain conversations with people that were attached to some deep-rooted things inside of me. And one of those people was actually my mom. And He instructed me to have a conversation with my mom. And the way that He led me to this is He had people asking me over and over again, like, Destiny, you wrote a book. Like, how did that feel? You know, Destiny, you're a full-time student and you're doing great. How does that feel? And I was like, it's just stuff. Like, I still feel like I haven't done enough. And I will always be trying to do more. And the Lord was showing me that I had a problem with celebrating my small wins. I had a problem with really, truly being proud of myself and the accomplishments that I had actually achieved. And the reason why is because it was attached to a deeper root. And that root was because growing up, my mother raised us for the majority of my life. I'm the oldest, as a single parent. And because of that, my mom wanted us to be better than her, which every parent does. But because of that, my mom struggled in the area of saying, I'm proud of you, period. But it was, I'm proud of you, but why didn't you do it this way? Or I'm proud of you, but here's some advice of how you can do it, better next time, or what you can do more next time. And once again, I knew why she was doing it, but it didn't stop it from me internalizing it as nothing was ever enough, right? So my mother and I had that conversation, and it was an amazing conversation. And of course, we still had some areas of opportunity where we could grow. I had to learn how to receive her in a different way now that we have had that conversation. Now when she wants to hug and when she wants... So I'm realizing now I should have done this in a live video because it's probably going to take a lot of shots. But either way, so I had to get accustomed to her really wanting to change. But we both had the conversation that we knew it would take time, that as long as we were receptive to the process and to the change, we were all in, right? And so it's so amazing how God operates, that God did this in November of last year when He had me have this conversation. And one thing in particular that He had me say to my mom was that I just want a mom, right? That it's okay to be my cheerleader. It's okay to be my momager. It's okay to be those things. But sometimes I just want my mom, right? And when you just want your mom, you just want your mom to say, I'm proud of you. I'm just proud of you. Not because it was done this way or because it could be done differently this way, but I'm just proud of you because you're my daughter and I'm proud of you, right? So my mom has been doing an amazing job of doing that. And I could see the Lord working in her, but today was actually the day. So if you've been following me long enough, you know I have not had very many one-on-one therapy sessions with my family members. And probably in this month alone, the Lord has had me have like 4. And I'm like, this is crazy, God. I said it and now it's happening. But today was the day that I actually had a one-on-one session with my mom. And I would lie if I said I wasn't nervous, if I wasn't afraid, if I didn't think my mom was going to be super critical on what it is that I do and have advice of how I need to change it. But I went in and I said, God, I'm going to do what you tell me to do. I'm going to say, and here's the emotion. I'm going to say what you tell me to say because I believe that you are the one who gave me this gift. I believe that you're the one who can literally say anything to anyone, God, and get through to them. And when I tell you, this session was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And it was so beautiful just because God spoke. God did it all. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to speak from a broken place because God allowed me to be healed in November from that, right? But more importantly, my mom ended with, this was so amazing that you, like I've always known you hear from God, but you truly hear from God, but you hear from God in a way that heals people, that gives. So it's like that little girl moment that always seeked validation and affirmation from her mom, and just to hear from her mom, that I'm proud that God got me to that place. And he did it in such a healing, therapeutic way that my entire journey led from having one conversation with God, which was, God, I do not want to please people anymore. God, I want to do stuff solely because you told me to do it. And that the root of all of the people pleasing was initiated there, right? It was initiated with wanting to be pleasing to my mom. Sorry, guys, I try not to get emotional, and that when I made the decision to do it God's way, that God did it so intentionally, and he did it in a way that he healed both of us at the same time. But he put the cherry on top by just telling her, I'm proud of what you're doing. Like, you're really changing people's lives and you're really living in your purpose, So I encourage you guys to never question the process. Me doing that 40-day fast, if you were following me back then, I was like, yo, God, this is hard. Like, and people were like, oh, it's from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I'm like, yeah, but the thing about it is literally after 6 p.m. I would eat, but I don't like to eat after like 8 o'clock, really like 7:38. So when I would go to bed, I had to wake up mentally prepared that I wasn't going to be able to eat again. And I only ate at 7 the night before. So it was very hard, but it was something I was willing to be dedicated to doing, to get what God wanted to do, and to know that God truly wants us to be healed inside and out. God truly wants those little girl or little boy issues to be fully uprooted, removed, and disposed, so he can come back and heal them in a way where they are fruitful and there is harvest coming from there. So guys, I encourage you today to really spend some intentional, personal, quiet time with God and say, Lord, reveal to me those areas in my life where I haven't been healed from. And Lord, you be the leader. God, I don't know where that last one ended at, but I encourage you to just have a conversation with God and say, Lord, show me where show me the things in my life that are holding me back from being who you called me to be. But Lord, lead, God, and direct me to how to walk out of that, right? How to receive the healing that you want to do inside of me. And just allow the process to be the process. I tell people all the time, on this journey, it has not been easy, but it's not that it's not easy because God doesn't want it to be easy. It's not easy because there are things that have been embedded in me. There are ways that I've learned that God is stripping me away from me to show me who he actually called me to be. But the process is the process. Like I would never go back and change the process, because the process was so intentional, that every detail, every lesson is needed for exactly where he has me today. So I know this was like super vulnerable. I try to be as transparent and honest with people, and when he instructed me to share it, I was like, Lord, I really don't want to do this. But you guys know what I tell you guys all the time is, when you be obedient, it makes it so much bigger than you, right? So I wanted to be obedient because I know that this will bless someone. And I just want to ask you to, if you don't get anything from me, that you get to be obedient to God and to do it his way, and it will be better than you could ever imagine. So I hope you guys have a great day. I'm actually supposed to be going on a prayer call right now. So I'm going to go, and I'll talk to you guys later, hopefully. Bye.